1, 2, 3, 4. This is a test. Can you hear me? Fantastic. I'm getting the feedback that everyone can see me and everyone can hear me. So I'm very pleased to meet you guys virtually. My name is Lars Willebæk. I am one of the co-founders of Growth Enabler that you're meeting today. Some of you would have met me. Okay, so I'll just wait a few minutes until everything is in place and everybody's in their seats. I'm already getting a few requests to show myself on the camera. I will in just a moment when we are ready to kick off. So have patience with me for another minute until I get the go signal. I believe we should be ready in the auditorium at Uttaranta University in just a minute, and then we'll kick off this exciting topic, which is about business modeling. While we are waiting for the go-ahead signal, I want to tell you that this is going to be hopefully a really interactive session. At least I offer you the opportunity to join the conversation, provide questions and comments during my presentation. In order to do so, as you are watching a video right now, you are just seeing one slide here, but you'll be watching me on live video in just a moment, and then a presentation. But if you head on over to growthenabler.com/live, that's the link you see on your screen right now in front of you, then you will first of all see this presentation running live. So please, if you do that from your mobile phone or laptop or something else, please just stop that player, because you're going to watch this on a large screen, and you're just going to cause some disturbance with extra audio coming from various devices. But you will see this the player window that shows this presentation, and to the right of the player window, on growthenabler.com/live, you will see a chat box. In this chat box, you are absolutely encouraged and welcome to post questions to me during the presentation. Also, you can tweet us. I'll give you our Twitter handle in just a moment, so you can tweet me during this live presentation. And you can continue to post your questions in the chat box and through Twitter also after the presentation, of course. So I'm just waiting for the green signal from Uttarantal University that we can go ahead. But that was a little bit of housekeeping instructions for everyone's benefit. Also, during the presentation, I'm going to throw you a couple of questions, and feel free to answer the questions. It's a live poll, and you can do that just by posting your answer in the chat box that I just mentioned, or you can tweet your answer to us. At the end of the presentation, I will hopefully have a little bit of time left for to answer questions. So while you're posting questions during the presentations, I will pick up on the questions at the end of the presentation and not during the presentation. But please keep the questions coming. So I am still waiting for go ahead on my Skype. Okay, I'll wait a little bit longer. No problem. Okay, fantastic. So I'm getting my green light, my go-ahead signal. So once again, welcome to this session on the business model canvas. I'm going to explain you all about it and why it's such an amazing tool for you guys who work or are about to work with entrepreneurship or work in more established businesses. This is a tool that's equally useful regardless of the type of organization you're going to work with at some point. My name is Lars Willebeck. I am one of the co-founders of Growth Enabler, and we work with well over 3,000 startups, scale-ups and SMBs, and quite a lot of these businesses in India and abroad have been through our business model canvas training. So and I'm very pleased that we are back today at Uttarantal University, even is virtual, but we are very pleased to work with you guys today on giving you access to this very, very useful approach and methodology and tool set. So I'm just going to put myself on live video here, so we become a little bit more intimate and get to know each other a little bit more, and hence the request to send questions and comments to me in the chat box. Just before we kicked off here, pardon me, I was just sharing a few pieces of guidelines on the housekeeping here. If you go to growthenabler.com/live, I'm going to show the link to you in a moment. Then you will see this player window that you're watching in front of you right now. If you watch it from another device, and I recommend you do, I'll tell you why in a second, then please pause the video so you're not disturbing the environment around you with the audio from your device. But just to the right of the player window, and I'm just here now sharing what it looks like. To the left, in the upper left corner, you have the player window. To the right, you have the chat box. Please use this chat box to post questions, post comments during this session and afterwards as well. I'm happy to pick up your questions and try to answer them. I will do that at the end of the presentation, but please keep the questions coming as we go along. Under the player window, you will see that you can request a whole template set of the business model canvas. It's a very helpful tool that helps you to work with it after the presentation. So all you need to do is just click on that link and leave your email, and you will get a download link and can download this template that I will be introducing today. It's all free of charge, but you can download it only today. So head on over to our website today and download this tool set, free of charge, of course. Now let's get started, and I'm going to give you just a quick introduction to who is Growth Enabler before we do the dive into the business model canvas. So let me just Can you hear me now? Just please ping me a quick message if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, seems the audio is back, so apologies for that. So let me just quickly repeat. Growth Enabler is democratizing access to world-leading growth coaching, practical content, a global community, new customers, and international investor capital in relevant and affordable ways for entrepreneurs, startups, scale-ups, and established businesses. Now, over the past year and more, we have worked with hundreds of teams of all sizes, and any entrepreneur, any startup team, any established businesses needs to go through all these 12 key decision areas that you see in front of you right now. We identify these as key areas in your decision making, and those are the areas that we decided to support with our coaching and our growth advice. Today we are covering how to create smart business models, and the topic for today is just one of the subtopics, of course. So I'm going to tell you about a couple of different definitions of what is a business model really. There's a lot of confusion out there when people say, what's your business model? So what do you mean really? There's a lot of different explanations about what is a business model. I'm going to share some of them with you so you're better equipped to discuss business models with anyone, whether they're people you're going to hire or people who are going to invest in you or anyone else, so they understand what you mean. Then I'm going to share with you the different components of a business model. What's really inside a business model, so you know how to build one. And finally, I'm going to explain to you a business model tool. We call it a snapshot tool because it's a snapshot of what your business model looks like right now. Tomorrow it may have to be different because the market changes very fast. Customer behavior and expectations change very fast. So your business model may have to change very fast as well. The snapshot tool shows you what it looks like right now when you're designing your business model. We'll get back to this. A quick question for you, and feel free to send your answer through Twitter to hashtag Growth Enabler or to our Twitter handle at Growth Enabler. Or you can put your answer in the chat box on growthenabler.com/live. My question is, have you tried to build a business model before? It doesn't matter if you used the business model canvas or snapshot tool before, or you did it somehow else. Just asking, have you tried to build one before? Feel free to post your answer on Twitter or in the chat box. I'm going to move on and look at the answers later on in the interest of time. So let's discuss what is a business model really. How do you define a business model? When you search on whether you use Google or something else, you will find a lot of different definitions. Someone named Michael Lewis, he says, all it really means is how you plan to make money. Now I think that's fair, isn't it? The leadership guru of all times, Peter Drucker, he defines it as the assumptions about what a company gets paid for. So the business model generation the business model generation created the business model canvas. A gentleman named Alex Osterwalder, he defines a business model is really a set of assumptions or hypotheses. So that's what it is. It's not like your annual financial report or anything with a lot of facts in. No, it's a lot of assumptions. It's a lot of hypotheses, and it's really your assumptions and your hypothesis about the business model. Now let me share with you what our definition is. We have kind of boiled some of this together into a definition that I think is really good at explaining what a business model is. A business model, in my opinion, describes your hypothesis and assumptions of how your organization creates, delivers, and captures value. Let me just take that one more time. A business model describes your hypothesis and assumptions of how your organization creates, delivers, and captures value. So again, there are no facts here. These are your own assumptions about the value you're going to create for your customers. How you're going to create it, how you're going to deliver it, and how you're going to capture it. Is that important? Well, if we're not delivering value to our clients, they are not staying with us for very long. We know that, regardless of what industry you're working in. So I believe it's very important, and it's very important to keep testing if our customers find our deliverables valuable, isn't it? So you may have to change your assumptions, but to get started, we need a baseline of assumptions, and they are the ones you describe in your business model. Now let me just compare for a second a business model to a strategy. So what is a strategy? So in my opinion, just to make it very simplified, it's really the direction you want to take with your business and the objectives you want to achieve. So where do you want to go with your business, and where do you want to end up? What are you heading towards? That's very simplified, the strategy. A business plan then is what is it you plan to do to get from where you are today to those objectives you just defined in the strategy. Just to compare the strategy and the plan, and then the business model again was a set of assumptions and hypotheses around how your organization creates, delivers, and captures value. Okay, so I think we got around those terminologies. Then why do people really build a business model? Well, during our work with businesses around the world, we identified 3 reasons why they do build a business model. They want to find high value customers willing to pay for the service and stay on board. Also, you want to make sure that your business model offers significant value to customers, and you want to deliver significant margins in your business. So this is really the feedback we get why people are building a business model. There's a couple more on the right hand side here. You also want to avoid difficulties in satisfying customers. If you can spot potential difficulties at early stage, that's going to be very helpful for you. You're going to avoid dissatisfying customers. So, and you don't want trouble in maintaining market positions once you conquered the market, and you definitely don't want problems in generating funding for growth. So why is the business model relevant for you? Well, I guess that a lot of you would be interested in entrepreneurship. That's the whole point of flexible business models today, and this is the trend everywhere. And I know that a lot of you would be starting a startup or interested in following the startup methodologies. Now, the definition of a startup is a temporary organization designed to search for a repeatable and scalable business model. Now, this is where it becomes relevant for startups to understand business models, because you're setting up a startup not as a permanent organization, not as a permanent business, not yet. First, you need to find out what is a repeatable and scalable business model for the business you're trying to create. You have to go search for it. There are 55 different business models in the world today. You need to find yours, and you need to test it properly and make sure that the clients like your business model and buy into it. So your startup is a temporary organization only until it becomes permanent. It only becomes permanent when you have found the right business model for you. This is why it's relevant for you guys to master business modeling. So what happens if I don't build the business model? So since the business model is an organized way to lay out your assumptions, so that's why that's what happens if you don't build a business model. What happens is you're not getting the overview of the key resources you need, the key activities you need to run in your business. You're also not getting an overview of your value proposition, your customer relationship types, your sales channels, what customer segments you're targeting, your cost structures, your revenue streams. All this is part of a business model. And if you don't build a business model, you don't know really how to create your value proposition. You don't know if that value proposition resonates with your customer segments. You don't know what key activities you'll need before you can deliver your value, and so on and so forth. So it's an overview of your business, and you will miss out this overview if you don't build your business model. When you work with your business model, then you will often hear yourself ask the question, should we offer a better business model, or perhaps should we offer the same business model but to a different market segment, a different customer segment? I think that's a question you're going to hear yourself ask a lot, regardless of the industry you're in, because you will need to test different business models and see which one is more viable for you. Now, you, as anyone else in the market, your situation will be, when you go into business, that you will be in an environment of high complexity, a lot of uncertainty. You will have to make a lot of difficult judgments. You have a lot at stake. Your personal finances may be invested in your business. There may be others investing in your business. They see the stakes as high, definitely. Your social status and reputation, if it doesn't work what you're trying to do, and so on and so forth. Limited resources and fast growing expectations from yourself and from others in what you do. So that's a lot at stake here. And you're not doing it because you think it's cool to make a startup. You're doing this because you're trying to make a long-term business out of it, I guess. And you need to take this very seriously. And business modeling is an exercise that's absolutely essential and necessary when you take this thing when you take it seriously, because that allows you to get the full overview of the business you're about to build. So how do you create an overview of your new business or an existing one? Because this is equally relevant if you look at an old existing business that's maybe struggling in the market. Now you need to review the business model, maybe suggest a new one. You will find when you discuss different business models, that is like opening a new box of jigsaw puzzle, and you see all the pieces scattered around inside the box. Now there's certainly no overview there, is it? It's a lot of pieces, and if you didn't look at the front cover of the jigsaw puzzle box, you wouldn't have a clue what this picture is going to look like. It's actually pretty much the same when you create a new business. You don't know what this is going to look like, and you're discussing a lot of different pieces. You take out one piece and say, we want to offer a subscription-based service. Who do we want to offer it to? Well, let's discuss. Let's see if we can find someone who is interested in that. What's the value proposition, and so on and so forth. It gets messy when you're discussing your business model with your team and with others. So in scenario B that I'm going to show you here in a second, you will see that the jigsaw puzzle has been put in place, and now it's a wonderful overview. You get the full picture of what this is all about, and that's where we want to get to, isn't it? We want to take all the fluffy pieces that's floating around. We want to put it into a structure, into a one-page overview that makes us feel comfortable and confident that this is something that can work, and so it's something you can go present to potential customers so they can tell you if they are going to buy this or not, even before you start building it. Okay, so that was a lot of talk about the definition of a business model and why we build business model. I find it really important that we get on the same page here from the beginning. So I wanted to invest the time in discussing the definitions and why we build business models in the first place. Now we are getting to identifying the components of a business model. What's inside a business model, really? I'm now pulling up here. It should come up very quickly on your screen as well. This is a business model. This is an example of a business model, a real life business model. This is Google's business model. It may not be entirely up to date, but it's got a lot of interesting components, and it's certainly got the 9 key components in any business model, and some examples of what's really inside each of these components. I like to begin reading a business model canvas, which is, this is a business model canvas, you see. Read it from the right hand side where it says customer segments. I like to see everything from the customer's perspective, not from my perspective. Because if the customer is not interested in what I'm offering, there's no point in building this business model at all. So let's look at the customer segments. Who are we delivering value to when we are ready to start shipping? Well, in Google's case here, they have identified 4 different segments, all in the same business model canvas that you see here. They're separated through coloring. So first you see on the top, in the upper right corner, the internet users. That's one particular customer segment for Google. That's all of us. It's certainly me. So you can describe this segment. Google's got a lot of data on the demographics of this customer segment, male versus female, geographies and so on. They are pretty much spread around the world. And the better you can describe and define your customer segment, the easier the rest of this exercise gets for you. You will be much better positioned to create a value proposition that is relevant to a well-defined customer segment than if you don't have a clear picture who your customer is. It's going to be very hard to describe the value you're going to deliver to them, and how are you going to find out if the value is there or not. Now that's just one example. Google also defined other customer segments. The next one, marked with orange color, are advertisers, ad agencies, and the Google network members. Now it's important to do the segmentation for all the reasons I just mentioned, but it's also important in this exercise with the business model to do the segmentation because each segment may need or may expect you to create different relationship types with them. They may be on different sales channels, so the ad agencies may have to be reached through other sales channels than the internet users themselves. If you look at the other customer segments here, enterprises, I know that Google is working traditional B2B style, maybe not traditional, but different B2B style. When you're a large enterprise, you can get an account manager and so on and so forth. So the relationship type is a personal one, as well as all the online tools and platforms that the enterprise will use for self-service. So that would be a self-service relationship type as well as a personal account management relationship type. Okay, so I just mentioned the relationship types, which is just to the left of the customer segments. Examples here of relationship types are automation. Of course, Google is highly automated, and they have dedicated sales for large accounts, as I just explained. Below that box, you see the channels: sales channels, delivery channels, any channel that leads to your customer segments. They're the channels between you and the customer segments. Then in the middle, the value proposition. Your value proposition. What is it you promise to deliver to each of these customer segments? Obviously, you need a different value proposition for each customer segment. Make sure you have that. Make sure you do the coloring here, so you don't mix up the different value propositions. To the left, you have key activities. What are the key activities you need to undertake and execute on before you can start shipping your value to the defined customer segments? What are those key activities? They're the ones you're putting into this box in the left side. Under that, you're listing the key resources you need in order to execute your key activities. You will need some human resources, you will need some systems, you will need some capital, hosting, IPR, whatever you need. That's what you're listing here. And the key partnerships on the left hand side can be any type of key partner. They can be distribution partners, they can be production partners, sales partners. Who are the key partners that you need to have on board in order to be able to deliver on your value proposition? So here you've got your overview of your business model, and with the exception of a couple of things, very important things at the bottom of the chart here. You have your cost structure and you have your revenue streams, and you can balance out the cost versus revenue. You will do your budgeting, and you will identify if this is a viable business model for you. I'm going to tell you in a second how this is done. I just want to take the coloring away for a moment and just look at the raw canvas here, or the snapshot, because we're working on a short time frame when we do business modeling. We need to review the business model again very soon. If we don't, someone else is going to go to market with a better business model. So here you see the business model canvas, or business model snapshot, that I just showed you. This time with no actual business information in it. I wanted to give you another suggestion on how you look at a business model. To me it's very helpful that you look at a business model as a whole value chain. It is really the entire chain, from the making of something to the selling of something. On the left hand side, you have the activities, you have the resources you need to actually make your service, make your product, the partners you need to make them. Part of the value proposition can relate to the making of it, is maybe the best quality in the market, or it's a stunning new feature, so on and so forth. So when you read from left to right, it's the making of something. On the right hand side, the right half of it is about the selling of it. Is the customer, is the type of relationship you have with the customer. It's the sales channels and delivery channels, and the part of the value proposition which is about the customer pain points, for example. What is the pain you're taking away from the customer, or the convenience you're introducing, or the innovation that's just so cool that people have to buy it from you. So the making of something has a cost side, and the selling of something has a revenue side. Altogether, this becomes your business model. Now, each of these components that you are seeing here, they contribute to the cost side. And partners, well, there's a cost to visiting partners, isn't there? There's a cost to maintaining, growing partnerships, and some partners will maybe more expensive than others, but they may also deliver more revenue to you. So you need to do your numbers here, and you need to collect all the cost from each of these components in the business model. The activities cost money, the resources cost money, some type of relationships with customers cost money, especially if you need to hire someone as an account manager, key account manager, who can only handle a certain number of customers. It's going to cost something, but maybe that's the expectation from the customer, that you offer that type of relationship, and if you don't, they're not going to give you any revenue. So again, there's a cost component and a revenue component also to the type of relationship you offer. A self-service portal on the web is maybe much cheaper, but maybe not all customer segments are satisfied with that alone. The different channels have different costs and different revenue opportunities as well. Obviously, some customers cost more than others to maintain and deliver different revenue. So now I just want to give you a flavor of questions that are relevant to deal with when you're building your own business model canvas after this session. There's a lot of questions that will be popping up. Don't worry about it. We have built a template that you can get for free, claim for free on our website right after this webinar, this session. That's going to lay it out in front of you, structure all the questions in the right part of the business model. So all you do is just fill the template, and that helps you to build a structured business model. But I'm going to show you now a little bit about what's in that template package. Now what you see here is a lot of questions, such as what key activities do our value proposition require before we can deliver it? What key activities do our key partnerships need? What key activities do our customer channels require, and so on and so forth. All of these questions are something you need to deal with and find the answers to before you actually have a business model in place. So that's why I think this template set can be really useful to all of you. So don't worry, you can go claim it on our website right after this session. But I'm going to show you now what's inside this template. I'm going to show it in the same sequence as I just explained the business model canvas, with the customer segment first. So you need to describe your customer segment in detail, and in particular, who's your most important customer. You will probably identify a lot of different customer segments easily, but who's the most important one in your opinion? It may be later on you discover it was a different customer type that became the most important one. But for now, what is your assumption around who is your most important customer? Then describe this customer segment in detail. And the more detail you can describe your customer, the better. Now, if you have several customer segments, do yourself a favor and just copy the template deck, the template document that you will get from us. Copy it so you have one copy, one sample of the document for each type of customer segment that you have in mind. If you, like Google, identified 4 key customer segment types, then make 4 versions of the document. And the first document is for the most important customer type, customer segment. And then you use the other copies for the alternative secondary customer types. The exercise we're doing here, you should do for each customer segment. Don't mix them together. Do it one at a time, one segment at a time. So that was, first of all, the customer segments that you have identified. Next up is the customer relationship types. Now, as I explained in the example before, what is the type of relationship that your customer, your most important customer segment, expect from you? Are they perfectly happy with the self-service online because it's a free service or it's a very inexpensive service? Is it community support they hope for? Is it personal assistance? Do they want to call you to get support? Then you need to be very clear about offering this type of service. If you don't want to do it, be clear about that as well. It will save you some money, but it may also cut away a lot of potential revenue from clients who will not accept that you're not offering personal assistance. So describe what your customers believe that think that you should offer. Also, you can describe what are the type of relationships that we have established already. If you haven't built your business yet, this is not a relevant question, so just skip it. Next up is the customer channel questions. And this is something most do too quickly. They skip it and say, okay, we build a website and people just go buy our services there, and then we buy a Facebook ad or something like that. That's our customer channel. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately, because what the template is explaining to you here, there are different stages that all your customers follow. Really, there's an awareness stage where they haven't heard of you. They never heard of you. You're just on the way to market. In your opinion, you will become successful, and you probably will. God bless you. Or you believe that in very short period of time, everybody in the world will have visited your website and bought your service. But it's not that easy, and many entrepreneurs can tell you. So you need to understand and describe here, how are people out there, millions and millions of internet users, if you're an internet service, how are they going to find you? It may be that they're not finding you online. Maybe they're finding you offline. Maybe you want to build a pawn shop or something else, and you want to figure out, how do people find us? Are we selling to the local community? Are we advertising somewhere? Are we advertising online? Do we need a website? Do we need an app? And where's really the place, the channel where our future clients will discover us, will become aware of us? So there may be different channels where your future clients will discover that you exist. They are the ones you describe at the awareness stage. Now they discovered you, and some of them, maybe 3-4%, will find you interesting. That's maybe something they would like to look more into. Then we get to the evaluation stage. So what are the channels you need to have in place for these potential new customers to evaluate you? There can be online channels, it can be offline channels. If the evaluation turns out successfully, hopefully we get to the purchase stage where someone needs to get the money out of the pocket and buy your service or your product. What are the channels where your customers can buy your service? Will they buy you online? Will they buy you offline, or both? Delivery stage, how is your service going to be delivered, or your product? What are the channels to get to your customer? And finally, the after sales. Don't abandon your customer. It took a long time to find them and for them to find you. It took a long time to build trust and build a relationship, and now you finally delivered. So keep supporting them, of course. How are you going to do that? Through which channel? So that's what you need to fill in this template and in this part of the business model canvas. Now we're getting to the middle part of the canvas, the value proposition. Now we have a whole separate recorded webinar on how to create an irresistible value proposition. I definitely recommend you to head on over to growthenabler.com and find that. You can find it on our YouTube channel as well, where you can play it to learn the steps to create an irresistible value proposition. It's not as easy as it sounds, and but you will know when it works, when your client says that's fantastic, how can I buy it? Then you know that your value proposition works. If that's not what you're hearing from your customer, maybe you need to rework your value proposition, and you can describe the value proposition in your business model canvas, and you can do it in this template as well. So we are going to speed up a bit here to make sure that we have time to take your questions and comments, but I think you get the picture here on how you work with our template and with the business model canvas. There's a lot of different questions to the key activities that you need to undertake to deliver on your values. You write these key activities in this template, the key resources that you need in order to be able to deliver, and the key partnerships that you need to set up. Everybody needs to prioritize partnership nowadays, so it's something you should focus on. Both the design partners, the manufacturing, the various suppliers, and sales channel partners, innovation partners. So a quick overview back to the business model canvas here, that now we have filled in all the boxes here of the business model canvas. It's going hopefully to pop up on your screen in a second. And what you have left to do now is to discuss your findings with your team, with your mentors, your growth coach, with Growth Enabler in our community as well. You're free to do so on Facebook. Before you finalize your canvas here, your business model, make sure that you understand the costs components of each of these other components and the revenue component. It's easy to come up with great ideas, and we just deliver it online and then we have a business, but is it really going to work out that way? Make sure to work on the numbers as well, and do it before you invest too much money and time. So you have a full overview, and take feedback from someone who helps to validate your business model. Again, do it before you start the big production engine. Okay, so I'll just pull up quickly again the Google business model, just to remind ourselves about how this business model can look like when it's on the wall. You can easily draw this on a big piece of paper, put it on the wall, stick it on the wall, and use it for a brain session. I was about to say a brainstorming session with your team. Discuss the customer segments. Use post-its, perhaps something that's easy to move around and take off and put back on in different colors. It's a simple way to discuss your business model and keep revising it, keep iterating. And anyway, once you think it's nailed and finalized, someone else is going to disrupt your market, and you have to review and iterate on your business model once again, I'm sure. So I just want to summarize what we have shared with you today. First of all, we defined what a business model is. A business model, in my opinion, describes your hypothesis and your assumptions of how your organization is going to create value, deliver value, and capture value for your customer. We had a look at the business model snapshot, the business model canvas here, and basically what it does, it adds structure to your key business information, all the moving parts in your business model, and it puts all the jigsaw puzzles into one final picture, gives you the big overview. And this picture, this overview, is really helpful when you go discuss your business model with external parties, people who are going to provide you feedback and maybe eventually invest in your business. They will appreciate that you have made an overview, that you have been thinking deeply about how different parts of your business model interact with each other. So basically you're getting here a one-pager that you can put into any business document. If you want to make a business plan, a strategy document, an investor pitch, whatever you want to create, you can put this image into the document as a one-pager, as an illustration you can use for your presentation and speak from this illustration. Just one word of caution: make sure that whoever is receiving your pitch knows a little bit about this particular canvas, this business model canvas. If they haven't seen this before, they may need to go to growthenable.com and watch this presentation as we are recording it and making it available to you guys afterwards. Anyone else can also find a similar presentation on our website. But if they haven't heard about this tool, maybe be careful about just throwing this image out and believe that anybody will get it. But it certainly helps you to present a structured overview of what business model you have in mind. Before we take questions, I'm going to take some questions, if there are any, in just a moment. Before we get to the questions, however, I would love to just throw another quick question out to you, and you can answer through social media, through Twitter. You can also answer on our Facebook community, Growth Enabler Startup Community. Feel free, or in the chat box here on this page on growthenable.com/live. The question is, how confident do you now feel that you can create your own business model canvas or snapshot? If you feel very confident, I would be very pleased, but it may not be the case. But if you feel very confident, I'll be happy to hear about it. Just send us a tweet to @growthenable. If you feel, okay, I'm confident, maybe not very confident, but confident, then please let me hear from you. If you're not confident at all, I'm definitely going to get back to you and and make sure that I make you confident. Okay, we have the opportunity to also answer your questions and make you more confident on our Facebook community. Let me just see if I can share that with you. If you go to Facebook and go to our website also, you will find links to our Facebook community. That's probably the quickest way to send you there. On our Facebook startup community, you can have discussions with us and with our other community members about business modeling, about how to raise capital for your business, how to hire for your winning team, and whatever questions you have that's coming to your mind. Join our free community. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions. There's a question here that says, can this business model Canvas be used for both startups and large businesses? Yes, absolutely. It may be that the process is slightly takes longer time if you're starting from scratch, which means a startup. In an established large business, you will probably have your product in place. You have your sales channels, all your channels in place. You have a very well defined customer segment, and that makes it easy for you to finalize at least some of the business model. In a startup situation, everything is just moving parts probably. What are we going to sell? Maybe you have a good idea, but who are we going to sell it to? What's the value proposition going to look like? What channels do we need to get to the clients? What are the resources we need? And so on and so forth. So I hope that was a good enough answer to that question. I know that we're coming to an end in terms of time. So all I have left to say is we are looking forward to get back to our next session at Uttaranchal University. And please feel free to visit our website today. Today you can download the Business Model Canvas template free of charge. Just click your way through to our live page, and below the player window you will find an image that says click here to get the template. Just click, leave your email address, and you will automatically get an email with a link to download it. Make sure that you download the package today, and then go visit our Facebook community and visit us on Twitter. We will very much appreciate to hear back from you. Any feedback on this presentation? Was it valuable? Is there anything you suggest that we do differently next time? Please let us know. Otherwise, we are out of time. It has been a real pleasure to work with all of you today. And I look very much forward to speak to you again soon. So I think there was just one question here. Let me just see if I can pull it up before we close off. Okay, there's a question here. Would you please let us know about the main considerations we ought to keep in mind before finalizing a business model for a new business? That's a really good question. The way I understand the word finalizing a business model is that now we are at a stage where we can start talking to people we want to hire, people we want to ask for money, investors, and customers. So before you get to that stage, it's very important to ask for validation from someone. Go show the business model to a lot of people. First ask your friends, your trusted friends, but be open about that you're building a business. The more you tell about it, the better. There's no need to hide it, really. There's someone else who may be faster anyway at getting to market. Make sure that you involve people, get people to buy into what you do, sell your business idea here, and ask for honest feedback. Tell me what's not working in your opinion. So this is one of the best suggestions I believe I can give. Go share your business model. The earlier the better. Take feedback, keep iterating on it before you feel that it's solid, mature and validated. When it's validated, then go back again to some customers, find some trusted potential customers, ask them for their feedback, and then you're ready to go conquer the world. So we're out of time. I was asked for some of the 55 business models I described. That's outside the scope of the presentation today, but it's definitely a great input to maybe our next session together. So I'll take it as a suggestion, and let's do another session on the different type of business model that you can consider depending on your type of business. I'll be very happy to do that. So we are out of time. I very much appreciate the time with you today, and looking forward to our next session together. Thank you very much. Have a great day and great weekend when you get to that. Thank you. Bye for now.